Stormy Daniels told her tale about Donald Trump with a whole lot of details. His silk pajamas, later replaced by a T-shirt and boxers, to convince the jury that the one-night stand that he denies actually happened. But while most liberal pundits hailed her account, the adult film star also acknowledged lying under an NDA in exchange for a $130,000 payoff shortly before the 2016 election. Quote, "I could not tell my story. He could not tell his story. We had to pretend we didn't know each other." There were plenty of exchanges that undercut Daniels' credibility, as conservative pundits were quick to observe. And while some professed to be almost fainting over the tawdry testimony, about the most explicit phrase she used was missionary position. Daniels turned dramatic as she described briefly blacking out when the moment came at Trump's Lake Tahoe golf event back in 2006. Wait, a woman who's paid to have sex with hundreds of men had no idea what he might have wanted? "I felt the room spin in slow motion. I felt the blood basically leave my hands," she testified. "And there was an imbalance of power for sure. He was bigger and blocking the way." But Stormy said Trump never threatened her or explained why she quickly took off her clothes for the brief encounter. And get this, Daniels twice sought out Trump the following year because he had floated putting her on The Apprentice.
Right. So I don't think that whether or not Stormy Daniels was credible or not, or how she seems to come across, really matters all that much. I mean, she is a porn star, right? She is an adult entertainer. So if anyone were looking for someone to show up as though she's a Girl Scout, that wasn't going to be Stormy Daniels. And I don't think that that was the purpose of her testimony for the prosecution.
Okay, well, I think her testimony matters because if she's not telling the truth, it raises all kinds of other questions. And by the way, I'm going to move on to Guy right now, but by the way, she can't have been that traumatized by this episode, traumatized, I should say, because twice in the next year, she sought out Trump, had meetings with him because she wanted to get on The Apprentice, which he had dangled. Guy, first of all, I should note that Stormy says she did the 60 Minutes interview for free, so trying to counteract the gold digger image. But unlike OJ's semi-confessional book, If I Did It, which nobody bought that, he did it, the new approach seems to be, yeah, I did it, so what? Let's listen to Greg Gutfeld.
Now, it could be that you really blacked out after having sex with Trump, which is a compliment. Truly, he screwed the brains out of her.
Oh, God.
That makes him a sex god.
Guy, colorful way of putting it, but I think that would have been a good defense. Others have suggested this, except for the fact that, in fairness, Donald Trump still insists that this never happened as in a sexual encounter.